Hey, welcome to another race review of the Italian Grand Prix Checkered Flag Auto Racing News. I'm your host, REDBET. So this race was held in Monza. Monza's in the Lombardy region of Italy, about 12 kilometers northeast of Milan. So just a reminder, please like and subscribe. We're trying to build the subscribers up. Please like and subscribe. Weekend attendance was 337,000 people. Charles Leclrec was on pole, and as we're about to begin, we're off. Charles Leclrec gets off to a clean start. George Russell tries to pass him on the first turn, but ends up making an error and has to use the escape road. This compromised George's race for a few laps, but he was able to get it together. Max Verstappen had a great start to his race. By lap 2, he was in 3rd place when he started the race in 7th. Here you see his team here, very excited. Lando Norrris had a bad start. He got bogged down at the start and went from 3rd to 6th. It really compromised his race. Top 5 at this point in the race were Charles Leclrec, Max Verstappen, George Russell, Daniel Ricciardo, and Pierre Gasly. Carlos Sainz had moved up in the field. By lap 10, he was up to 8th place, and he started the race in 18th. Sergio Perez came in for a 2.1 pit stop, and his car was smoking. It seemed to be a brake issue, but it didn't end up compromising his race. He was able to continue. And by lap 12, Sebastian Vettel was out of the race. He said over the radio he was losing power, calls a local yellow flag, and a virtual safety car. Charles Leclrec pitted under the safety car, hoping to jump Max because they put on medium tires, a 2.2 pit stop, and technically he could have gone the race with those tires. Nick De Vries was racing for Williams and had a great debut, finishing 9th, gaining 2 points. He replaced Alex Albon, as Alex Albon at Williams had contracted appendicitis. By lap 20, it triggered many pit stops by several teams. The Alpine team, also the McLaren for Danny Ricciardo, pitted at this time, with tire wear. By lap 20, a lot of teams were pitting. George Russell decided to pit on lap 24 for a 3.6 second stop, slightly long, but he didn't affect his race. Also, Max Verstappen came in on lap 26 for a 2.4 second pit stop, very quick pit stop, and Carlos Sainz came in on lap 31 for a 2.3 second pit stop. By lap 31, the top 5 in the race were Charles Leclrec, Max Verstappen, George Russell, Lando Norrris, and Lewis Hamilton. Lap 32, Fernando Alonso retires. He has a problem with his car. He is out of the race at this point. Charles Leclrec decides to come in for a 2.6 second stop. They stop for soft tires on lap 34. Lewis Hamilton comes in on lap 34 also for a 3.6 second stop. Everyone's putting on soft tires to go to the end of the race. Lando Norris comes in and he has a long pit stop of 5.1 seconds. It actually really ruins his race. He wasn't having a great day. Lance Stroll comes in on lap 41. His race is over. His car is retired. And at lap 41, top 5 were Max Verstappen, Charles Leclrec, George Russell, Carlos Sainz, and Sergio Perez. Lap 47, Danny Ricciardo has to pull over. He has engine failure. It triggers an actual safety car. George Russell comes into the pit on lap 48 for a pit stop, and so does Carlos Sainz at this point for a 3.1 second stop. Max Verstappen also comes in for a pit stop for a 2.7 pit stop, and Charles Leclrec comes in for a 2.3 second pit stop. After these pit stops, the race basically finishes under the safety car. So it was anticlimactic at Monza. Max Verstappen wins his race. This is his 11th win of the year. Here he is getting the checkered flag. So Max, if he wins one more race for the year, the Drivers' Championship is over, and Max is the Drivers' Champion for the 2022 Formula One season. Here is the crew. They're very excited with Max, another win for the Red Bull team. They're also probably going to win the Constructors title this year. And I included a few clips of Monza because honestly, the crowd at Monza is crazy with the Tifosi. Not crazy in a bad way, crazy in a good way. They had a huge crowd and they were excited because they had a Ferrari on the podium. They didn't win, but Charles Leclrec came second, so he still had a decent. The Tifosi is a Ferrari fans, or also just a general word for fans of a sport in Italy. They had a great turnout, over 300,000 people. It's good to see after the few years of COVID, they're able to actually come out and enjoy the race. Max Verstappen had another great race. After starting 7th, he was able to finish in 1st after he was up to 3rd place by the 2nd lap, so it was without question he wasn't going to have a problem. Charles Leclrec had a decent race. He came 2nd, and the Ferrari fans were very excited about this outcome from him. Here they are in the cool down room. George Russell came third. He had a decent race after he went off the escape road. Looks like this season might be wrapped up in a race or two. Max is definitely holding on, and he's not trying to let go of this title for 2022. So we shall see. And let us know what you thought of the race. More racing videos coming this week for MotoGP and also Formula One. I know there hasn't been a video in a few weeks, but we're back. We're back to making videos for the racing fans. And so please check out the videos. Also like and subscribe. This was a great turnout and a great race. It was a very sunny day in Italy, so I hope you enjoyed the race. Leave a comment and let us know what you thought about the race. Max Verstappen may be able to win his second driver championship in 2022. Here are the results for the Italian Grand Prix. And here are the driver standings for the top 10 after the Italian Grand Prix. REDBET signing off. Hope you enjoyed the video.